or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6000.
You're hot. All right, welcome to the show. Fifth Street Soccer on the Sports Byline USA SB Nation radio networks, also American Forces. It's great to speak to our men and women in uniform listening around the world on AFN. We're on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere you want to be. We're giving you all of the World Cup action, as well as, of course, our picks and values for the World Cup, should you decide to have a little bet or two. I'm Nick Geber, and we'll be joined in just a few minutes by my co-host Nick Webster. Over the next hour, we're going to look at what's happened in the World Cup, well, really since yesterday, because we're basically on the air with you every day here, and talk about some of the big upsets, the changing of the guard. If you go onto our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk, you'll see that there's sort of a recurring theme that we're bringing up here for you, that it is the old guard are changing, the cycles are shifting. We're not saying they're never going to be back, but everything is cyclical in sports, and we are in one of those cycles right now in global soccer, and this is why this particular World Cup is so exciting. We are in a position right now where Portugal, Argentina, Spain, they're all out of the tournament. Mexico are out right now. Belgium, they just eked by. I mean, really eked by. Of course, Germany are out. They didn't even make it out of the group stages. Think about this. If you've been following this sport for the last 20 years or less, as many of you have in the United States, these are names that are synonymous with consistent, continuous success. Well, folks, I've got news for you. Times always, they are a-changing, as Bob Dylan would say, that the cycles of global football are as alive now as they ever have been, and that it wasn't too long ago, in the terms of decades, that Hungarians were the king of football, that the Dutch were the kings of football, the British were the kings of football. Look, the English, of course, because Team Britain has only ever played once in the Olympics. Anyway, so much to discuss. We're going to talk about the World Cup. We'll talk about Spain's exit. And, of course, we will look forward to tomorrow's massive matches, Switzerland-Sweden and England-Colombia. All happening right here on Fifth Street Soccer, Sports Byline USA, SB Nation Radio. If you'd like to give us a call in studio, you can do that. 800-878-PLAY, 800-878-PLAY. I've got to step aside for 3 minutes. I'll be right back after this. You're clear.
The Mitsubishi Motors Summer Season Pass sales event. That's 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 90 days on select models. Take the all-new 2018 Eclipse Cross with its striking design and advanced technology. Start a road trip with up to 7 passengers in the 2018 Outlander. Or be adventure-capable and energy-efficient with the all-new 2018 Outlander PHEV. Hurry into your local Mitsubishi Motors dealer. Exciting offers end July 5th. Special financing and option of deferred payment available through Ally Financial, subject to approved credit and insurance. Price, terms, and vehicle availability may vary. May not combine with factory cash rebates. See your participating dealer for details. Offer valid from June 1st through July 5th, 2018.
Attention timeshare owners.
Hey, Nick, will you guys be doing a show on Wednesday?
Legally get rid of their expensive timeshares. Once you've made that decision to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, Resort bring a Better Business Bureau accredited way to legally get rid of your timeshare, guaranteed. We guaranteed to get rid of your timeshare payments permanently. Even if you've tried another company to get rid of your expensive timeshare, call now and see if we can help you. At Resort Release, you don't pay anything until you're ready. If you're ready to learn how to permanently get rid of your costly timeshare, make this complimentary free call right now.
800-598-0539, 800-598-0539, 800-598-0539. That's 800-598-0539.
If you are age 85 or younger, call to learn more about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network. The average funeral now costs over $10,000. Are you at risk of leaving loved ones to help pay your debts? A final expense policy for seniors can pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. You don't need a medical exam, and you can have lifetime coverage, and the policy cannot be canceled. To receive free information about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network, call now. You'll also receive information about a free prescription discount card just for calling in. Agents are standing by.
Call 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. Call now. That's 800-508-5774.
Hey, Dave, you in for golf this weekend?
Oh, I can't. I promised I'd find a plumber to fix a sink and a painter to paint the...
Just use Angie's List.
Doesn't that cost money?
Not at all. It's free to find pros in your area who can do the work. You can even read ratings and reviews from other customers.
What about Roofing Pro?
All right, stand by. Pros for everything. And to save time, they'll even match you to the best pros for the job.
Oh, that's awesome. Looks like I'll be able to play after all.
Find the best pros for your next project at angieslist.com.
All right, we welcome you back to Fifth Street Soccer, Sports Byline USA, SB Nation Radio Networks. Nick Geber, along with Nick Webster, joins me from the beach. Where are you there, Nick?
Venice Beach, California. It's a glorious day.
Well, I'm just glad. By the way, if you're watching this broadcast on Facebook Live or YouTube or wherever else we put it out there, I'm just glad to tell everyone that Nick is not wearing his Borat Eurothong. For that, I am happy. We're all thankful. And he did put a shirt on, which is good, Nick. Thank you. We appreciate that. All good.
You have to love modern technology. Getting to watch that magnificent Belgium-Japan game down at the beach, just simply incredible. I mean, it was so good I had to jump in the ocean and cool off afterwards.
Yeah, Nick, that was an incredible match. And one of the things that I think, we've known this, but other people maybe that didn't know this or were more casual viewers of football are learning is that the high level of the international big European leagues, the high level of football means that players that graduate out of those leagues and go back to their country team, no matter where the country is, elevate those teams to a decidedly higher level. And if you can build a workmanlike, disciplined, very fit team around them, you can challenge in these global tournaments because very few countries are stacked head to toe with international stars. And quite frankly, those that are have been disappointing this year. Japan is really no better example of that. They've got 2 or 3 players that are of really exceptional quality, and they've built a squad of really disciplined, really hard-working players around them. And the results are they gave Belgium a serious scare, Nick.
Right by the Japanese was outstanding, but I think looking at it from the other side of the coin as well, though, I think Belgium really underestimated the Japanese, and they underestimated them almost to their cost. I will give Roberto Martinez some credit, though, and he made the right substitutes at the right time, and coming back from 2-0 down to win that one in such dramatic circumstances really bodes well for this Belgian team. And, it was a great last 30 minutes by the Red Devils. And if they can put that together over 90 minutes, then you can see why this team is a real threat to win the trophy. And this game coming up against Brazil, they're all mouth-watering now, but this one particularly mouth-watering.
Well, it's particularly now mouth-watering, Nick, because this morning Brazil beat Mexico by a scoreline of 2-0. And by the way, I want to let everybody know that we called all of these games. We made the correct call. You were not on the show. Actually, John Barr was on there, and we called it. Absolutely. We said Brazil going to beat Mexico. I said it was going to be the under, which it was. And I said Belgium were going to beat Japan. It was going to be the over. In fairness, I didn't think the over was going to be quite that way, but the over is the over, and I'll take it all the way to the bank. So we did well on these 2 matches. But the point I'm making, Nick, is The point I'm making is that Mexico looked the better team through large portions of that Brazil match. And, you know, the Brazil team stacked head-to-toe with superstars and up-and-coming stars and all the rest of the stars that Brazil puts out there. But, you know, sometimes the winner of America's Got Talent is crap. And sometimes the Brazil team that's packed with supposed stars doesn't play all that well, looks a little tired, and sort of expects to walk out on the pitch and win games and have that intimidation factor. And, Nick, they didn't have that against Mexico.
No, they didn't have that, but they played the big moments very well. And I think one of the things that we do overlook about this Brazilian team is defensively, they are very sound. And this was without Marcelo today at left back. You know, Felipe Luisi came in, I thought did a very nice job. But Brazil have not conceded many goals in this tournament, Nick. I mean, they are defensively sound. And we think about Brazil, and when we say Brazil, you go automatically Neymar, Coutinho. I mean, these are the names that excite William going forward. But defensively, Thiago Silva, he has got this team, and they are organized and they are disciplined. And if you watch the game against Mexico, I mean, how many blocks did they get on against this Mexican team? What? So many times they're throwing their bodies in the way. And so that's why Brazil, to me, is a threat, because if they can get going up front, they're very difficult to score on.
Okay, so, Nick, I absolutely 100% agree with you. In point of fact, on this show, in the earlier in some of our earlier shows when we've been talking about Brazil, we have been saying exactly that, Nick, that defensively, this is probably the best defensive team in the tournament. They conceded 11 goals in 18 qualifying matches. I don't know how many goals they've conceded so far. I think it's like 1 or 2, right, in the entire tournament. I mean, this is a team that defensively is much better than it is offensively, and part of that is I think they're having trouble finding the right system that works given the teams that they're playing, because so many of the teams that they play, are sort of aren't the equivalent stack sort of teams that they're matching up with. But you're right, and Neymar's not looked particularly comfortable throughout this tournament, I don't think. I mean, it took Bobby Firmino and Coutinho. They've really been the guys that have risen to the occasion here over the last few matches. Defensively, Brazil will get it done. They will buy the time, and they will buy enough time on the pitch for the Neymars and the Coutinhos and the Firminos and all the other Inos they have there to come together and to score the goals. But, Nick, I'm with you 100%. Don't overlook this team defensively.
Super solid, and you talked about Neymar. Well, he's been out for so long with the metatarsal. He's slowly coming back into it. Goal and an assist today. Goal against Costa Rica. He's beginning to show those Neymar-type qualities. But to the point you just made about Brazil and Belgium, I mean, these are two teams that love to go forward. It's going to be last one standing.
Going to be a terrific match. Terrific match. On the other side of the equation, Nick. Spain, I don't think we've had a chance to talk since Spain went out of the tournament to Russia. A big surprise. We certainly didn't call that one. Look, I'm gonna stand up and take credit for the ones that we get right. This one we did not get right. I don't think many people got this one right, and certainly the bookies had I think it was 11-1 for Spain for Russia to win this match. They did win it, to their credit. I don't think we can underestimate the home field advantage for Russia, and maybe the threat of, I don't know, their family going to Siberia if they don't win. But Russia has certainly risen to the occasion, and Nick, the Spanish team looked old, slow, and out of ideas.
Yes, old, slow, and out of ideas. I mean, but, you know, this Russian team is so limited, it's not even funny. And, I mean, I think that's, to Spain... I mean, what on earth were you thinking? 1,000 passes? What were they trying to do? Bore Russia to death? Because they certainly bored everybody at home. And, I mean, they just showed no inventiveness, no desire. And I think, you know, we spoke about them losing their coach 2 days before the tournament started. You cannot tell me that this did not have a massive impact on the Spanish team and the Spanish psyche. And to your point, yes, old, slow, no ideas. And in some respects, Nick, good riddance. You know, the fact that the home team, the Russians, the hosts, have moved forward has injected even more life into this amazing World Cup. And I've got some friends who are in Moscow, and they said last night they've never seen scenes And Russian people have never seen scenes like they saw last night in the city center of Moscow. It's like the whole country has gone completely bananas. And I think
maybe 1917.
Yeah, since 1917. I think it's great for football. That and you've mentioned times that the big names are dropping off. Let's get them out and let's get somebody new there. And for one thing is certain, on England's side of the draw, if England get bounced out, there will be a new country that's never been to the World Cup final come next Sunday.
Yeah, Nick, you know what? I cannot stress enough, and we've got 1 minute, so we'll wrap this segment up. But it's a wonderful thing. I am so happy that the old dinosaurs of the game are finally getting a hot poker up the backside and being forced to go back and retool. You're right about Spain, Nick. Look, 4, 5, 6 years ago, it was all about tiki-taka, and everybody was trying to emulate the midfield passing possession game, tiki-taka this and tiki-taka that, and tiki-taka's bloody tiki boring. And I tell you what, tiki-taka is now an old and an outdated tactic, and you put a blazing team like France against a boring old tiki-taka like Spain, they'll cut them to ribbons, Nick Webster. All right. We're going to go to break. We'd love to hear from you, though, 800-878-PLAY. What do you think? 800-878-PLAY. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. Find us on the web at fifthstreetsports.com. And you're going to find us right here 3 minutes from now because it's break time. We'll be right back.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down, 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
Shaquan? All right, welcome back to the show, Fifth Street Sports. Nick Geber, Nick Webster, and London.
It's the boy wonder.
Boy wonder right here on the show. Great to have him with us. I'd like to welcome everybody that's watching us on Facebook Live, or particularly Shaquan, who's a new participant on our page. It's great to have Shaquan with us. Shaquan Gathers, Tommy Holmes, Greg Baker. Welcome to the show, guys. It's great to have you with us here on Fifth Street Sports. Nick, let's get back to the discussion because let's just run down the list of giants that didn't get past the round of 16 as of right now. Portugal, Spain, Argentina, Germany, Mexico, Poland. I mean, they're not giants, but they were a very highly rated team at the time that we went into the World Cup for some reason. Oh, yeah, because they had a great qualifying run. That's why 18 goals from Lewandowski.
But the first 5 teams you mentioned are old, slow, and past it.
I know. Well, let's mention some more, shall we? Let's have a look. Wow, on the other side, pretty much everybody did all right, though, didn't they? So the teams that are through, Uruguay, Uruguay, France, Brazil, Belgium, Russia, Croatia. We've still got to decide Switzerland, Sweden, Colombia, England. Those are tomorrow's matches. It's a totally different look in terms of tactics and strategy. The notion of the German, I don't know, what's a German style called? They gave it Die Mannschaft, which sounds like something you'd get at a club maybe that you don't want after someone slips something into your drink. But, you know, you don't want to get Die Mannschaft anymore. You don't want tiki-taka. You just don't want this. And I tell you what, if I hear the words Messi and Ronaldo one more time through any of these announcers on the World Cup or pundits, they need to just go away and get a time machine and go back 5 years.
Well, what you're seeing right now is an evolution. You've mentioned it. There is an evolution of football going on, and now there is a new breed, and it's young, and it's fast and pacey, and it's direct, and it's positive, and the stodgy football of playing it around the back and just boring someone to death doesn't work anymore. When teams get the ball, they have a concept in mind, and that concept is to go forward and be expansive and play attacking football. What we're seeing, other than the Brazilian teams, is that no one knows how to defend anymore. Maybe the Brazilians and the Uruguayans, but everyone else hasn't got a clue how to defend. And they're figuring out the best form of defense is going bloody forward and trying to score more goals than the other team. And I think that's why we're seeing such an exciting World Cup.
And, Nick, that's to everybody's benefit, because the one thing that I will say and have said, I've never been a fan. I had respect for it, don't get me wrong, but I've never really been a fan of Spanish football. It's always a little slow for me. It's always, I get the great skill and the teams are fantastic, and I'm talking about club football. I'm ready for an evolution of the game. I love English football. It's fast, it's direct, it's physical. The Premier League to me is the most entertaining league in the world. And what we're talking about here, folks, is obviously these players that go out to these leagues, those are the styles of football that they play, and they come back to their national teams trained in those styles of football. The French league, Nick, it's interesting we mention it. Ligue 1 is a very attacking, very direct, very fast league. And you're seeing that in a lot of the French players that do play in Ligue 1. Obviously, they play all over Europe. But you're seeing that sort of young, youth, speed, direction, talent. I mean, Mbappe cleared the length of the football pitch with the ball at his feet like a jet fighter. I've never seen anybody run that fast. There's no defender in the world that could keep up with him, by the way, least of all, a 73-year-old Mascherano.
Well, yeah, I mean, Paul Mascherano, he was trailing in his side wind. I mean, what you're seeing about Mbappe is that he runs as fast with the ball as he does without it. You're seeing the same kind of thing with Rashford. Neymar, when he actually gets into gear and decides not to stand with the ball, is exceptionally quick. And these are the new breed of players. Giving them the ball, let them run it. It's almost like, you talk about Mbappe. He reminds me of a Ronaldo, fat Ronaldo, back in the mid-90s when he was at his pomp. And when he got on the ball, he was absolutely terrifying. And defenders don't know what to do. They cannot handle players running at pace with them. And that's why I'm hoping, obviously tomorrow, we got our heart set on England doing something well. It would be great to see the likes of Lingard and Harry Kane and Rashford running at the Colombians at top speed. Okay, so Nick, let's just run through this because the left side of the bracket is done. Andrew, maybe you can put that up again. Now, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, the quarterfinals have not been filled in yet because we are actually at now the quarterfinals. It's Uruguay, France are going to play, Brazil and Belgium are going to play. Nick, I like France over Uruguay, but I think that's going to be a heck of a match, to be fair. It's speed versus defensive grit and a match new versus, with some, the Uruguayan team have some bite going forward. That's going to be an absolutely terrific match. Uruguay, fantastic. They're a team with guile. I mean, I think the big thing is Cavani going to be fit? And, when he came off the field the other day, when you have a hamstring injury, it's always very, very difficult. So without Cavani, definitely advantage France. But I think this one's going to be a tight game. And if Uruguay get their noses in front, they will win this game. Yeah, they will. And on the other side of the coin, Brazil, Belgium, we've just been talking about that one. I mean, talk about an embarrassment of riches, just 22 world-class players. And, it's a treat. I can't wait for those games. Yeah, very difficult to call those matches. I mean, it is very possible. And we could see any one of these four teams, obviously, in the finals. But any one of them that I could look at would be worthy finalists at the World Cup. I mean, they are all terrific teams. I am, for some reason, just thinking France and or Belgium. This Belgian team today went down 2-0 to Japan, but they got stuck in. Their heads didn't go down. They didn't panic. They started doing what they do best. Fellaini started absolutely dominating with his size and his big afro in the box. And once the Fellaini throw is active, all sorts of bodies start flying around. I thought they really got the job done very nicely and, didn't get down. And the Japanese team were a credit to the World Cup, a credit to their nation, a credit to global football. They were absolutely wonderful, much like the South Koreans, by the way, when they dumped out Germany. I mean, this is sort of one of these highly emotional notes. And, Nick, quick question for you. Are we seeing an emergence of Asian football? I think that's a little bit too soon to say. I mean, Japan, at the end of the day, did only win one game at this World Cup. They tied a couple. I am impressed with Belgium, though. They have answered a question to me, and that question was, do they have character? You go down 2-0 in the round of 16 with only 30 minutes left and come back and win that game 3-2, you have character. So, I'm almost tempted to lean with you and say Belgium over Brazil. I mean, it's almost hearsay to say that. Yeah, it is. Some heretic behavior, but I think it could happen. Belgium plus 1,095 to win the World Cup before it all started. The teams that were favorites, Brazil were number one favorite at plus 425. Germany, they were number 2. They're gone. Spain were number 3. They're gone. France were number 4, plus 645. They're still there. Argentina, plus 895. They're gone. Belgium, plus 1,095. They're still there. England, plus 1,795. They're still there. So out of the top 7 that the bookies had, the top 7 favorites to win the World Cup, Nick, there are only currently 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 7 teams remaining, and they are all the ones at the lower end of the table, with the exception, obviously, of Brazil. And they had their scares. Let's be fair. Brazil have had their scares here. They haven't looked rock solid, as we've discussed. Nick, it's one of these things, as you look at the World Cup and you look at the big teams going out, you look at the shift in the styles of football. You wonder, what is the effect going to be on club football? Sometimes the World Cup mirrors club football, and sometimes the World Cup sets the stage for the next evolution of tactics and the likes. Do you think we're going to see a shift at the club level? Are we still going to see the same domination by the same big teams, or are we going to get some new blood into the sort of the world of big football? Well, I think what we are seeing the shift, and it's being produced by Pep Guardiola over at Manchester City. And now, obviously, countries can't play in the Guardiola fashion due to the fact that, Guardiola's got the open checkbook and can go and buy any player in the world.
Right.
But the fact that City play this pressing, dynamic, high-paced football, and we're seeing that in this World Cup from teams. And I think people are looking at the Pep Guardiola model going, okay, he's taken tiki-taka, but now he's taking it another step further, and it's tiki-taka at pace with a purpose.
Slicky slacker. I don't know, what do you call it?
Could be slicky slacker.
I tell you what, look, when the Mexican team today against Brazil, when they came out early and they pressured, they played a high line, they pressed hard, they came down the flanks with speed. They gave a lot of trouble to Brazil. If they'd had better finishing and their players were quicker to pull the trigger when the ball was at their feet in the box, they could have had some goals. But they seemed a little, when they were in the box, they seemed a little short of ideas. Getting to the box, they seemed like they had plenty. All right, we do have to go to break, Nick. So let's put an underline over through all of this, a line through it, and let's say when we come back, let's give our values and picks and best bets for tomorrow's World Cup games right here on Fifth Street Soccer. Nick Webster is at the beach in Venice, California. I'm Nick Eber. I'm in the basement here at Fifth Street in Las Vegas, bringing you Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA, SB Nation Radio. We'll be back in 3.
You're clear. Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first-class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Call the CPAP hotline now. 800-430-4234. 800-430-4234. That's 800-430-4234. Copays and deductibles apply. Supplies are replaced in accordance with Medicare guidelines.
All right, welcome back. Fifth Street Soccer, Sports Byline USA, SB Nation Radio. Nick Eber, And in Venice Beach, it's Nick Webster. He's finally put on another shirt and some sunglasses. I hope you've put plenty of sunscreen on your head, Nick.
No, not yet. I'm probably going to be a big tomato, ready for tomorrow. Getting a bit of vitamin D before I go into the depths of the cold pub to watch England and Colombia play.
Well, Nick, we've talked a lot about the matches up to this point. We've talked a lot about the big upsets. We've talked a lot about the big boys of global football finding their exit from this World Cup earlier than they had imagined. But we are not quite set yet on our quarterfinal matchups. Once again, as of right now, we have Uruguay against France, one match. We have Brazil against Belgium. That's the other match. We have Russia and Croatia on the other. And still to be decided, we've got two matches tomorrow, Switzerland, Sweden, and Colombia, England. Those are the two matches that will be playing out tomorrow, and those are the two matches that we are going to give you our picks on. Nick, let's start with the first match, Switzerland-Sweden, and try to break that one down as best we can. It's an interesting match because both of these teams, I mean, Switzerland has probably more stars, but I think Sweden has shown more consistency throughout the tournament to date. How do you see this one?
Well, I think it's a really interesting one. As you note, Switzerland do have the likes of Shaqiri and Xhaka, who are outstanding players, who have the ability to change a game, and they are unbeaten in the tournament.
Yep.
I think they're a tough nut to crack, and if anybody's tough enough to crack them, I would say it's this Swedish team, because they do have this collective, and you know, I will like to pat myself on the back and say that I predicted Sweden would get out of their group, which they have achieved. I would not be surprised to see this game be a very tight affair, go to extra time, and possibly penalties. And if it goes to penalties, I see Sweden winning it because they will hold their nerve over the Swiss team.
Well, you know, it's been since 1954 were the last time that that the Swiss were in the quarterfinals, and that was when they hosted the World Cup. Sweden were back with their...
1958.
Was it 50? I think it was 54, Nick, actually.
58, please.
All right, okay. 94 was the last time that Sweden were in the quarterfinals of a World Cup. And unless that's numbers wrong, Nick. Am I wrong there too?
No, you're right about that. Actually, 54, you said Switzerland? Oh, you could be right about that. Actually, I thought you said Sweden in 54.
No, Switzerland
Sweden
54.
Yes, you are right. Yes, I stand corrected.
I didn't want to make a scene on national radio, Nick, but, you know, I have the power of the internet.
That's right, yes. I'm just down the beach.
So you like this match going to extra time and then penalties, possibly, Nick?
Yes, I do.
I think that's probably a very good pick, because let me give you the odds right now. The odds here are Switzerland. Now, this is for regular time plus stoppage only, 90 minutes plus stoppage. The money line, plus 171 for Switzerland, plus 220 for Sweden. So Switzerland would be the favorites, but important to note, by no means prohibitive favorites. I mean, that's a real squeaker, plus 171 to plus 220. The draw, however, is plus 198. So the bookies aren't sure quite what's going to happen here. This is about as unknown as you can get. This is could be Sweden, could be Switzerland, could be a draw. But because they're all in the plus column, the bookie's pretty sure this is going to go to extra time, is what that's telling you. Okay. The extra time advanced to the quarterfinals. Switzerland are the favorites at minus 120. Sweden at plus 105. The over-under. The under is minus 125. The over is plus 110. You know, Nick, I'm going to tell you, I agree with you, by the way. I think if this goes to extra time, Sweden will go through. If, however, Switzerland can pop some goals during regulation, Switzerland will go through. But I'm going to tell you, Nick, I am not betting this match. And I'll tell you why. It's too close to call. The total goals are only 2. So it's a 1-0 victory. If it's a 1-1 draw or then it's a push. I don't see that many goals in it. I don't see any value here. way too much danger. And at plus 171, plus 220, plus 196, I don't like it. I'm going to avoid this one.
Well, that could be a smart decision. And
all right, I think Nick was saying that's a smart decision. He is on the beach in Venice, California, so we do have a little break up there. Nick, you were going to agree with that, right?
The draw and the under.
The draw and the under, or avoid it altogether, right?
Yes.
Yeah, either one. All right. Let's go to the next match. This is England-Colombia. This is, for my money and my mind, a much more interesting match. And I'm just going to let everybody know I'm not betting this match either because England are my team, and I don't ever bet with my heart. And I couldn't ever bet against my team. So I'm going to just avoid this one altogether just because it's me. But you don't want to do that. I know, Nick Webster, you won't avoid it. The odds here are England are plus 119. They are the favorites. Colombia, plus 301. You see, I would have to take Colombia because that's incredible value. You're telling me out of 3 matches, Colombia aren't going to beat England 1 time out of 3? I mean, those are really juicy odds. By the way, you can get those odds at BetAnySports.eu, where if you go right now and sign up, you can get a 50% bonus on your deposit up to $1,000. The draw is plus 218. England to advance, minus 175. Colombia to advance, plus 160. The total goals are 2, and both the over and the under are negatives. The over is minus 101, and the under is minus 114. Nick, England at plus 119. I think you'd probably want to bet that, but I would bet Colombia at plus 301 just because I think it's too much value.
James Rodriguez is the X factor. If he's not 100% fit, and that's the way now help, but they're going to have too much. They have a little much quality throughout the team, and I believe that there is cohesive that we've spoken about. This young, devil-may-care, go-for-the-win kind of attitude that England currently have. Yes, Colombia are a very dangerous team, and they should not be taken lightly. But I see England winning this one, and I think it will be it's not going to be a pleasant affair if you're an English supporter. They are going to put the ring, but they are going to win 2-1 in normal time, and Harry Kane will be on target for the Three Lions.
England 2-1 in regulation, is what you're saying, Nick. I think that's probably a fair prediction. That's going to pay you plus 119. 2-1 would pay the over, which is minus 101. That's a good bet. If you are a Colombia supporter or you are into betting the numbers here, plus 301 I think is ridiculously good value for a Colombian team that is totally capable of winning this match in regulation. But it is really up to whether James Rodriguez plays, I think, Nick Webster, and whether or not the English players can keep the pace going throughout the day. Because the one thing I will say about this Colombian team is if you press them hard enough, they will break.
Well, yes. I mean, but looking at the Colombian team, you know, Cuadrado is a great player. I think defensively they're pretty sound. Falcao's got his World Cup goal. He's got his mojo going. So it really is about this man, James Rodriguez. I mean, Peckerman, the Colombian coach, wildly experienced, really knows the game inside and out. He's definitely got the edge over Gareth Southgate. But, you know, this England team is rested, Nick. I mean, Colombia had to play 3 very, very tough games. This England team is rested. Everybody who played against Belgium will be on the bench watching, pretty much, bar John Stones. Kane is rested. Lingard rested. Dele Alli is back in contention. Henderson's back. I mean, this is a team that is just hungry and raring to go. And I can't help but feel that in this World Cup kind of tournament, if you can give your superstars rest and then they can come back out refreshed, they will do the business for you.
I agree, Nick. I think this is all boding fairly well for the English team. And if you look at the way that side of the bracket is developing, it would leave England to play most likely Switzerland. And I think they would beat Switzerland. You never know, of course, anything can happen, but if I had to have my druthers, which would set up a fascinating semi-final between most likely Croatia and England, and could go either way. This could be the path to the finals, finally, for England after all of these years, Nick.
Yes, what's this? Jules remains still dreaming, 40 years of hurt. But, I don't think this English team will ever, in fact, I don't think any team on this side of the draw will ever have a better opportunity of reaching the World Cup final. It's as simple as that. I mean, there is going to be a new name in the final that we haven't seen since 1966. Yeah. That's a given.
That's a given.
And that's 50 years ago. So I'm really excited about what the World Cup has to hold over the next 2 weeks.
Oh, it's going to be terrific, Nick. So let's just recap our picks then, shall we, Nick? On the Switzerland-Sweden, by the way, these odds are courtesy of BetAnySports.eu, where if you go right now to BetAnySports.eu and sign up, you can get a 50% bonus on your deposit up to $1,000. It's very easy to sign up. It's very friendly. It's it's no problem. 50% deposit bonus on your deposit up to $1,000. BetAnySports.eu. Here are our picks. Switzerland, Sweden. I'm actually not going to bet it. In fact, I'm going to pass on both of these matches for my reasons. This is too close for me to call. I do tend to side with Nick Webster, though, saying he thinks if this is regulation, Switzerland will win it on the over. If it goes to extra time, it may very well be a low-scoring under, go to extra time. If it goes to extra time, he sees Sweden advancing. Correct, Nick?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. On the England-Colombia match, I am not betting this match because I don't bet teams that I follow. Nick Webster, however, doesn't feel the same way. Nick is betting England in regulation at plus 119. I'm saying that's a great bet, and I think England will most likely win. But I'm looking at the number for Colombia, courtesy of Bet Any Sports, at plus 301, saying if you like a little gamble, probably worth a little money at 3-1 on your money. It's not a bad place to put it. Plus 301 for Colombia. But I do think England will win. So strangely enough, I'm giving you a pick, but I'm saying, I don't think they're going to win. It's a gamble. That's why it's called gambling, right, Nick?
That's why they call it gambling, and it's a nice little double if it comes off.
Yeah, exactly. So there you have it. There are picks for the match. You want to make sure to go to BetAnySports.eu, sign up, and you can make these picks. And when you win, you can find yourself Venice Beach with Nick Webster and London, enjoying the lovely weather and the beautiful ocean. And they're going to get into their Maserati SUV, the whole Webster family. They're going to take off to their mansion in Beverly Hills because they've done it all with our picks here on Fifth Street Soccer. By the way, you can follow us, follow our picks, follow our videos. We do more than just soccer here, folks. We have Fifth Street Sports, which you can hear every Saturday. We're going to be shifting that pretty soon. It covers everything: football, baseball, hockey, basketball, esports, MMA, boxing, etc., 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 etc. You can find it at FifthStreetSports.com. Obviously, Fifth Street Soccer, we're with you every weeknight. 1 p.m. Pacific, that's 4 p.m. Eastern, and then again 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday on the Sports Byline USA Radio Network and SB Nation. I'm Nick Eber. He's Nick Webster. We'll say goodbye to Nick, and I'll be back to wrap the show up here. Be right back.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But The Secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517. Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. If you owe the IRS back taxes, payroll taxes, or have not filed your returns, the IRS will get you. They can take your property, take you to court, even put you in jail. One call to Wall and Associates, and your tax problems are solved. Wall has saved clients over $150 million in the last 5 years. Our average client settles for about 10% of what is owed. With one call to Wall, you'll never need to talk to the IRS again. We offer free face-to-face consultations in your local area. Remember, Wall has a proven track record with a total client savings over $150 million. Call now for your free face-to-face consultation. 800-813-9940. 800-813-9940. 800-813-9940.
Well, I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed the show today. It's always a pleasure to bring it to you here on the Sports Byline USA SB Nation Radio Networks. American Forces. Always great to speak to our men and women in uniform serving around the world. Hope you guys are enjoying the World Cup as much as I am, as much as we are here at Fifth Street Sports. Not only is this the single largest bet event in the sporting world, it obviously happens once every 4 years, but this one has really turned out to be, to use a terrible phrase, a humdinger, with all sorts of big teams being eliminated and all sorts of shifts and evolutions in the world of global football. This is why we watch sport. It's not because the same teams win every time. I mean, how boring would it be if the Patriots win every time? Oh, wait, they do, don't they? I mean, for me, the greatest thing was when Manchester United stopped winning, stopped their 20-year domination of the Premier League. It was great to see someone else have a chance to come up and have some air to breathe in. This is why we watch sports. It's because it's the world's greatest ultimate reality show. Yeah, you can watch all the reality shows you want, but you know they're all scripted. But there's one that's not scripted, and it's sports. Live sports, not scripted. That's why it's so much fun. You can follow all the action with us at FifthStreetSports.com. Again, we cover everything on Fifth Street Sports, not just soccer. Obviously, right now, with the World Cup going on, it's very predominantly World Cup related. But we do cover all sports, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, etc., 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 MMA, boxing, esports, you name it. We do follow football throughout the year, though. So we will have our regular Fifth Street Soccer show throughout the year. We will be focusing in on the big European leagues like we always do, and the Champions League. So you get it all right here at FifthStreetSports.com and Sports Byline USA SB Nation. I want to thank everyone involved with the show, producer Andrew, to the fine folks at Sports Byline. I want to thank them for airing the show, and all the guys at SB Nation Radio. We thank them. And we thank you for tuning in. And just one last reminder, head over to Facebook, facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk, or our website at FifthStreetSports.com, and let's continue the conversation. Until tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, have a great day.
You're clear. Great show, Nick.
USA Radio News.
President Trump said 1 week from today he will announce his nominee for the Supreme Court. The White House, meanwhile, is said to be enhancing